Alright, welcome back, guys. This is episode 2 of This Guy, That Guy. And I'm Stephen. And Andrew, where the hell is he? You know where he's at? He's getting his nails done, which is cool. You know, people should take care of themselves, like that. I mean, why are you judging him? Huh? It's okay, he can get his nails done. And, cancel on the podcast. Or, he might be sick, so, that might be the actual reason that he's actually sick. But anyway. Yeah, so he's feeling like dog shit today. So I decided to go ahead and, we decided to go ahead and do a solo podcast. Andrew said go ahead and carry on and put him on my back, I guess. He did carry for like 5 minutes in the last episode if you were able to make it through the last 2 hours. Also, my setting has changed. I'm here in the backyard because I'm doing this in the daytime. Changed my mic pop filter, got a better camera, a better system. I don't know. Everything's just better, which is great. And it's sunny. It's good, man. Can't complain. All these places are fucking snowing around it. It's windy and all that shit. And over here, it feels like fucking summertime. It's fucking 70 out here. It's perfect. Got my dog out here. This guy's just chilling, sleeping, being a bum. One day I hope to join him. Next life. But, not sponsored by them. Would love to be sponsored by them. I'm going to have to start covering up the drinks because it's like, okay, well, you might as well pay us to have your shit in our fucking channel. Not like we make any money anyway, so whatever. But, just telling you, all the Celsius vibes, not sponsored. I wish. Yeah, go ahead and sponsor us, please. They're bomb. They're fucking good, dude. For sure. I can't even stop drinking it. That's good. So, what we got today, also trying to bear with me on this episode. Trying to make sure I'm staring to the camera, which is actually set up across the table. It's kind of funky, I don't know. I'm sure some of you guys have done videos and stuff like that. It's not awkward, but it's not habit to look at the camera. And then even if Andrew was on, it's like, well, I still have to look at the camera, but he's not over there. He'd be on my screen, so then that makes me look down at my screen, not the camera. So, let me get some stuff to get used to. We'll see. I'll try to make it a habit, just staring off into nothing. There's a tree behind the... Oh, God. Yeah, so Celsius create a lot of that, too. But anyway. Let's just move on. So, once again, welcome back to episode 2 of This Guy, That Guy. As the show goes on, obviously we'll get better, better setup, we'll find out what works for us. We'll carry Andrew today. Let's see what we got here. So we got first week of the playoffs, obviously, right? We got 2 games going on today. We're not going to talk about those. We'll talk about yesterday's games. And then after talk about those games, we'll talk about the coaching carousel towards the end of the show. But real quick, let's go ahead and run down with the Browns and Texans. The Texans, let me bring it up here so you see my shit. So, a lot of people, this thing's auto-playing. Anyway, I think a lot of people going into this one were thinking that the Texans were going to lose, right? Because everyone was riding high on Joe Flacco and the Browns defense. The Texans, sorry, I'm a little nasally. Kind of got the sniffles, but I'm getting over it. So, bear with me with that again. But anyway, the Browns and Texans. Dude, I'm telling you, these Texans are deadly. They're just playing with house money. So, and obviously, if you're on the Texans, you're not going to be saying, well, I'm just playing for house money. We're actually trying to win the Super Bowl, you fucker. But, I mean, no one expected them to be here other than them. They're the only ones that expected to be there, right? If you're on the team, it's like, yeah, motherfucker, we're fucking made for this shit. But, you know, outside looking in, damn. There's a little bit of luck, right? A little bit on the organization, hiring the right coach, drafting the right quarterback, because they could have had Bryce Young, right? But then again, like, what's the setup around Bryce Young? That's a whole nother fucking episode. And then the Browns going through massive adversity, right? With the quarterbacks going down and bringing in Joe Flacco off the practice squad. I believe he's on the practice squad for a month before they activate him to the 53-man roster. So with this game, they just had him throw so much, you know? Considering they have Hunt, too, on the squad and other running backs. Who else you got for running backs here? You got, yeah, well, it's just pretty much Hunt. You know, that's the kid on the top of my head. But they got Ford. And the team itself together carried 20 times. That's nothing. And 20 out of those 20, 3 of them are Flacco. He's just running forward, you know. I mean, at least he got 13 yards, I guess. But anyway, he's not a mobile quarterback. We all know that. But he's a vet, and he's smart, and he's savvy, and all that. So that's why he was able to get this team right and get them into the playoffs and have us talk about them, right? So, not sure why they didn't keep forcing the run. I understand that, you know, you get stuffed. And, I mean, let's see what their average is. Let's see. Hunt was averaging, he carried only 8 times, which is nothing. Yeah. I mean, while he averaged 3.3, I mean, that's enough to keep forcing it. Honestly. To keep the defense honest, right? You want them just to be able to pin their ears back. And let's say the Browns offense played the Browns defense. They would have just got killed even more, right? So it's bad. I don't know why they didn't bring any balance to that game, because like if you look at Houston, right? Look at theirs, like look at the attempts on Flacco, right? 46. Well, dude woke up, now he's growling, so apologize for that. 46 attempts, right? To Stroud's 21. I mean, now you're thinking like, okay, if Stroud only threw 21 times, how many times did they run it? 22. I mean, altogether, that's about as balanced as you can get. He threw 21 times. They ran for 22 times. And out of the 22 times, you're thinking, okay, well, how many of those did Stroud run, right? 1. So, 21. That's about as balanced as you can get. And it still crept up to 45 points over 14. It just fucking killed him. And D'Amico Ryans will probably get the Coach of the Year, you know. I mean, it's not supposed to be based off the playoffs, but, I mean, this is in their... You know what I mean? This is fresh. Like, yeah, this guy got him to the playoffs, and they even won a playoff game. So, I mean, they gave it to a guy last year that made it to the playoffs and lost because no one expected the Giants to make it there, right? And then look at them this year, though. So, we'll see next year with Texans, obviously. I mean, Stroud is a difference maker, so not going to talk about Danny Dimes. He's got some adversity of his own, right? That team. But dude, Stroud, the next 3 years, give him another 3 years. And obviously no injuries, right? We don't want anyone getting hurt. Let's see what this guy really do. See how high his ceiling really is. Because, we all know, like, quarterbacks like Herbert came in super strong, too. So, hopefully Stroud can keep it going, right? I mean, there's some other factors when it comes to Herbert, coaches and coordinators, and that's a whole another culture. So hopefully D'Amico Ryans keeps a steady culture. I think the hardest part is, I think the best person I've seen or have watched, right, on TV is John Harbaugh, right? The guy is able to, he doesn't call the offense, but he's able to bring people in and keep his team relevant, right? So I think that's, hopefully D'Amico Ryans I would want to copy John Harbaugh and be able to pick the right people and keep them around you. So you don't have like the Colin Cowherds of the world saying that every coach should just be an offensive-minded coach, essentially, right? Because I get his point. Is that no other team can poach your offensive coordinator, especially in an offensive NFL now, right? Pro offense now, a lot of points and gets more views, and that's why it's hard to play defense. And so and there's coming more roles that you can't hit guys a certain way, which so hopefully D'Amico Ryans can copy him and keep this going, dude. Like, let's see what happens next week. I think they'll take this one dub and they'll finally be out of playoffs. But, if I'm a Texans fan, super stoked. Obviously, want them to keep going, right? If I was a Texan fan. And I'd be like, no, dude, fuck you. This fucking team's still going to go past the next round. But I think this is it for them for this year. And next year, no one's going to be surprised. Like, everyone's going to be looking out for these guys. Other than that, who knows what the Browns do next year? I mean, they got a great coach. It's just the quarterback situation. It's kind of up in the air. Who knows? Let's see if Deshaun Watson can go ahead and bring back what he used to have with the Texans. Kind of ironic. The old team beat the shit out of his team, but it's not like he was playing, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll see. That was a cool game. I'm happy for the Texans. That was cool. Considering the Browns beat the shit out of my team. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, they beat the shit out of my team. It's the Niners. So moving on to the next game. This game, to be honest with you, I had to just watch highlights. You're like, well, why'd you only watch highlights? Well, the motherfucker was only on Peacock. I don't have Peacock, and I was not going to pay $5 to watch the game. When I had Texans and Browns on, and then it swapped over to Dolphins and Chiefs, I don't know. So I had it on my phone, and then I wanted to watch it on TV. Mind you, I have YouTube TV, right, on the phone and on the TV. So I was like, okay, cool. I was watching Dolphins in Kansas City on my phone, right? But it was like some weird, it wasn't Peacock Network, so had this like, the crew was talking about it, they would talk over it, and then they'd take it away, and they'd have this big-ass QR code because they want you to fucking download the fucking app and pay for 1 month subscription, right? Well, let's see. Let's try to get this thing over here. Well, Yeah, well, I didn't pay for it, and what I'm trying to say is, when I swapped it back to the TV, right, on my phone, it was showing all that stuff that I just fucking said, right? I went to the TV, and it didn't give me the option. Like, I was trying to find that channel. I'm like, how does this fucking make sense? Like, I can find it on my phone, but not on the TV. It's the same fucking app, same fucking thing, same fucking everything, same account. So, and then once I closed on my phone, I couldn't go back on my phone and watch it. So, yeah, I guess I kind of fucked myself, but I thought, well, let me put on the TV, even though it won't be the full game. At least these guys keep, they're pushing hard for that Peacock fucking streaming service because those fuckers are behind. Yada yada, business shit, and they decided to get in the streaming lane. So go ahead and fucking hold one of the NFL playoff games hostage, so we make people fucking sign up for this shit. Like, it's like, okay, I pay for that shit. What the hell else am I gonna watch? I don't know any fucking show on Peacock or NBC or anything. Like, just watch football, watch YouTube. That's it. They're kind of fucked. And, well, I guess that was like, all right, well, fuck you. You're going to sign up for a shit. Well, I did it. So, well, obviously, if they're able to keep getting away with it, let's see. They might force people to do it, I guess, because I guess all they're doing is copying what Amazon does. But everyone knew from the get-go that, Thursday Night Football was going to be on Amazon. It's not like, oh, here, fucking took this shit away from you now. Now go ahead and watch online, the specific service. So, having that in mind, I just watch highlights, so I couldn't get the tempo of the game or what was going on. So, this will be pretty brief, considering I think Andrew wasn't able to watch either because he didn't pay for that shit either. Big surprise, right? Yeah, you hang out with who you like, right? So, if I didn't pay for it, he probably didn't pay for it. And some other fucker, we probably fucking know, probably didn't pay for it. So, that's fucking great. So, let's see here. We got, what's the kind of thing off box score, I guess? At least from the highlights, it looked cold as fuck. But there was no rain, no snow. So, that's good. Also in the highlights, I know they said there was a wind. I don't know. Once again, it's highlights, right? So, I didn't see it super windy. I'm sure even 10 miles an hour, right? You're not going to see it on the camera, but I'm sure that's cold as fuck. But I was thinking, like, super gusty winds and, like, field goals and shit like that going all over the place. That's the type of wind I was thinking was going to happen. So, at least in the highlights, they didn't show that. And again, I didn't get to watch the game, so... it looks like it was a grimy game. And obviously Kansas City was better built for that, right? They've been going through adversity throughout the year. Fucking the media's on their ass. Some calls not going their way. And then that whole offsides thing then starts being called all the time. Because that's how the NFL does it, right? Tuck roll, right? If you're a Raiders fan. So, they were made for this one. They're not a super physical team, but all they had to do is be more physical than Dolphins, right? That's it. That simple. And it sucks for Dolphins because it's like it just buys into the stereotype of like, warm weather team can't fucking go to cold weather area and win. Yeah, which I don't know. I want it to be full of shit, but then shit like this happens. It's like, well, fuck. Is that shit fucking right? Like, they're just used to fucking being nice. I don't know about nice weather. It's fucking humid over there in Florida. Fucking just sweating all the time. So, it's different weather. But it definitely is warmer, right? So, I don't know. I want to call it bullshit, but shit. They weren't doing typical Dolphin shit, right? shit. Oh, goddamn. So, with that being said, let's see. I mean, before I even look at this box score, is that a lot of people, I think, maybe just me, right? Because I'm a Niner fan. But McDaniels, coming from the Shanahan tree, right? He should favor running a little bit more, right? Especially with the non-mobile quarterbacks such as Tua, right? He's probably of the new quarterbacks, the least mobile, right? He rolls out a little bit here and there, but that's why he has the quickest release time, right? In the NFL, I believe. So, just gets that ball out. Great anticipation, yada yada, right? So let's see if they even. I mean, for a game like that, you're gonna want to run it, right? Cold. People's fucking fingers are frozen, right? Fucking -20 or whatever it was. Damn, my fucking mouse is hot. So we got here, look, already out the gate, man. Like I said, I didn't get to see the game. So did Kansas City say like, "Fuck you, you guys aren't running on us. You're gonna fucking." It's not like Miami is known as a running team, but did they stack the box? Like I said, I didn't get to see the game. They only ran 18 times, and then Tua had to throw 39 times, right? So it's not like he was the only one throwing a shitload, because Mahomes threw 41, so they were pretty much neck and neck when it comes to that. But what was I wonder. I mean, Kansas City has a decent defense. I'm not sure what they're ranked, but all year they've been stingy, right? So, stingy, great, weather for a stingy defense. And then Andy Reid probably knowing, like, well, all year, the offense hasn't clicked like we're used to seeing, right? Like the standards for the, Mahomes and the Chiefs, it's just so high that even when they look now like a normal team this year offensively, but they have a better defense than they had for the last few years, right? It's that we're like, okay, well, something's wrong with the team. Well, now there's got to build more chemistry, right? I mean, obviously not between Mahomes and Kelsey. They have great chemistry. And then obviously more drops than usual this year, right? So I'm sure they'll fix in the offseason, yada yada. But still, they did, at least according to this, pretty damn good. I mean, 34. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. So, I'm sure you just saw him run by. But, I mean, Pacheco, 24 carries, 89 yards, 3.7. One touchdown. That's decent. Yeah. It's not cowbell numbers, but that's pretty good. Shit, even Mahomes fucking. God damn, look, he had a 28-yard fucking run. Only 2 carries. So, I don't know. Maybe during that one, everyone was covering downfield and not watching him, no spy or anything like that, and he was just like, all right, fuck it, I'm running. Pretty sure he probably ran out of bounds, so it's not like they're gonna be able to get a good hit on him, right? He's pretty smart. He's pretty elusive. It's probably one of the most annoying things when facing Mahomes. Guy's freaking slippery. And I think the guy right after that is not as mobile, but Burrow is also slippery. Just slides just a little bit in the pocket, or is able to get out. Although he wasn't able to get out against the Rams that one play, dude. I thought he was going to get out. Anyway. Yeah, and then win it, right? But anyway. Yeah, so this game being on hostage on Peacock fucking sucked. I wonder what the numbers were for that and how many people they end up getting to subscribe. And I didn't even check if it's free. I didn't check if it was free. I guess I should have. So if it was free, at least for a month or 7 days or whatever, I guess I should have done it. Just cancel it, right? But I didn't. So I don't know. Let's look in here real quick. Let's look at the box score. It looks like. Let's see. So, Chiefs getting only, well, not only, well, got TD in the first, and it looks like they got, what is that? 3 field goals, or, let's see. Bear with me. Yeah, see, 4 field goals for the Chiefs. 2 extra points. Dang. Let's see play-by-play real quick. We're going to go to play-by-play. Want to go to all plays. I wish they'd have it in quarters. It's alright. So, Kansas City. They got a field goal. So they had a touchdown. And then a field goal. And then Miami responded with a touchdown. And then, yeah, dude, those field goals added up. Dang, they didn't even have a fumble. That would have been a fun game to actually watch, huh? So that game was relatively close until let's see here. Until what? When was this? Third quarter? Yeah. Damn. So if you're a Miami fan, you're probably thinking like, okay, all right. Only a score down. Okay, only, 2 scores, but one TD and a field goal. Or come on, let's pop off, get it, Tyreek Hill. So I don't know. I mean, McDaniels is pretty creative usually to get Hill and involved and all that, especially with his type of speed. So yeah, we'll just move on from that because I didn't get to watch it. So that fucking sucks. Real quick, back to that. Dolphins, we'll see next year. We'll see. No one's going to take them serious next year. I mean, they will, but they'll be like, okay, let's see what happened last year. They fucking won it out. Yada, yada. They'll have like they'll probably have about the same record as this year. People won't take them serious until they win a playoff game. That's what I think. So we'll see. Hopefully, maybe they can get some more O-line help since, Tua is more kind of like a statue. So that help. Or improve your running game, right? So moving on to, I don't know, is it a big upset? Or do people expect it? It's both, huh? So, Green Bay Packers and the Cowboys. Oh, man. Sure, big media is covering this today. Fucking loving it, right? Because they love it when they win. They love it even more when they lose, and especially in the playoffs. It doesn't help that they fucking went 1-0. People at least expected them to go. I mean, obviously, Cowboy fans expected them to go to the Super Bowl, but I mean, that wasn't going to happen. But I did want to see them in the NFC Championship. Oh, well. That would have been fun. But anyway, they got killed by the Packers, dude. And the score ended up looking closer than it is. I mean, it was... The Packers had control of that game. And even when the Cowboys looked like they were starting to get life, the Packers kept responding with scoring. They just kept scoring. It didn't matter. So, and the announcers knew it too. If you're watching the game, he's like, "Well, these touchdowns don't matter if the defense can't stop Green Bay, because it's going to be 1-for-1, 1-for-1. It's just going to be a shootout." So, It didn't matter. Green Bay having control of this game. Great game plan. Love looking great, right? Look on the big stage against America's team. That was good. That was really good. That was a good coming out party for Love. I mean, people knew he was coming, but, you know, if you remember, in the middle of the season, the media was kind of on his ass. Like, I'm sure as a Packer fan, you're like, oh, this is fucking bullshit, right? Or maybe some panickers out there, right? So, oh, we're going to have to tighten this guy a little bit. There we go. Oh, it's still falling. All right. But, yeah, like, the Packers, middle of the season, hopefully dude doesn't start barking. You see the garbage man. All right, he's chilling. All right. So the Packers having, in the middle of the season, people are like, oh, well, Love, he probably won't be a starter next year, or this and that. And then he kind of settled down. I didn't follow every Packer game, but I do have NFL Red Zone, so they popped up on my screen. They're in the Red Zone. I got to see him at least, so that was cool. I guess Sunday ticket would be cool next year, right? Actually watch full games or get the 22, blah, blah, blah. I have watched some stuff on YouTube about the breakdowns of how he's reading the defenses. And, you know, I mean, you see there's Chase Daniels, JT O'Sullivan, and I'm sure there's a couple other guys, or a lot of guys, that have breakdowns of the games and what the routes are and all that. So those are fun to watch. But with Jordan Love, man, and LaFleur, and, you know, it was great. It was a great game. And I don't know what the hell happened. The Cowboys just ate it, dude. Like, they just got curb stomped, bro. Like, fuck. I don't know, dude. To think as a Cowboys fan. Well, I'm not one, so I'm a Niner fan, so it's kind of nice to see, right? But trying to be objective. If I'm a Cowboys fan, it's like, okay, well, what's the next step here, right? This game, we had zero control. Dak, obviously, I mean, he threw a lot, so increases interceptions, right? If we think about last year. And McCarthy had control this time, right? And they looked a lot better than it did last year. So, if I'm a Cowboys fan, what am I thinking right now? Like, if I'm a calm thinking Cowboys fan, which I don't know, there's got to be a few out there, right? Like, do I just go ahead and fire McCarthy, blah blah? You know what I mean? What's Jerry Jones' next move? That, like, you can make a whole episode about that itself, but I guess immediate reaction right after the game and they got their ass whooped. It was like, what the fuck? That's the coach's fault that they came out flat, right? They laid a fucking fat egg. Like, were they thinking they could just be in their own stadium, like, yeah, we got this, fucking cakewalk, kick the Packers' ass? I don't know. Obviously, being the first team to lose to the 7th seed, the 7th seed moving on. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't find that big of a deal. I mean, if you're a Cowboys hater, then fucking ride that shit all day, right? The bigger deal is, like, it felt like they didn't show up. I don't know. Game definitely got away from them, and Packers just kept rolling. And then there was a play just before halftime, right? Obviously, the Cowboys scored with 2 seconds left. And I was like, ooh, this might change the momentum. I'm sure Cowboys fans were thinking that, especially in the stadium, right? You go pay a lot of money to be there. And I was like, ooh, if they come out next half, fucking just start scoring on these motherfuckers, and it obviously with the defense, everyone knows just run on Cowboys, run towards, Micah Parsons' side and run past and make them work, right? But work on his run defense, right? But I thought that was the turning point. Like, if the Packers did not keep their fucking foot on their throats, Cowboys would have came back. And there would have been like this huge fucking thing. Oh, look at them Cowboys, yada yada. See, they are ready for the Super Bowl. They can come back from a huge deficit, blah blah. And if you remember that play or that drive, right? Before the 2 seconds, and then what, they got a PI, right, or something to fucking get another fucking they reset their downs. It's like, okay, obviously they're gonna get in now, right? Because there was, 6 seconds? 5 or 6 seconds. Prescott throws it. And ends up going out of bounds. And then there's 2 seconds left. I'm like, fuck. If I'm a Packers fan, I'm like, man, motherfuckers. But there was a call. Man, I should have wrote this down. When I was watching him, I guess I'll have to start taking notes. That's what Shannon Sharp does. That's pretty smart. Take notes, and you remember each play that you actually want to talk about in your podcast. Anyway, there was a call that I felt like LaFleur could have challenged. It probably would have gone the Packers' way, and it would have taken that whole drive out. Like, it would have been 4th and something. It would have forced the Cowboys to. I think they were out of field goal range anyway. If you watch the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm a fucking idiot that I didn't write down. So I'm just talking to talk, I guess. Fuck. But, well, there's dude again. Sorry. But yeah, with that not being called, I'm like, oh, okay. They're going to let them play because they're trying to, the automatic mindset, it's like, okay, we can't have a blowout. It's not fixed or anything, but you're just thinking like, oh, fuck, they're just trying to make the game close now, or give them, they're not going to call as many fucking ticky-tack calls because it's getting close to the end of the half. And then, of course, the Cowboys score. I was like, oh, shit, here comes the momentum change. But Packers just fucking kept their foot on the pedal, kept trucking along, dude, didn't give a shit. I mean, they were able to put a goddamn backup in at the end of the game, towards the end of the game. It's pretty bad. What was it, like 6 minutes? It's funny, it doesn't show him on the box score. I don't know, he didn't throw at all. They just running the clock down. Is that what happened? Did he not pass one play, huh? Am I thinking of a different game? No way. Nah, I guess he never threw. Damn, alright. Well, that makes sense. Well, it kind of sucks because you're in the game and then you don't even show up in the stat sheet. If you don't throw, you're not going to be in the Green Bay passing stats. Huh. Alright. And then Prescott throwing a shitload, right? The thing is about McCarthy is, he does the West Coast offense, which is fine, right? But I think the thing, Green Bay always struggled with when McCarthy was there and Aaron Rodgers was there, right? Never thought of him as having a good run game. So, damn, I gotta take a piss now. Damn it. All right. Anyway, I gotta keep going. I can't even pause this thing. But so that's why when they were talking about, oh yeah, I gotta have a run game for the Cowboys, this Texas Coast offense. It's like, well, I already know you're full of shit because, the history shows that you favor the pass over running, but he also had one of the great quarterbacks of this era, right? Aaron Rodgers. Mobile, gifted, smart, right? All that bullshit. And then Prescott being less mobile, especially after his injury. So they have been rolling him out more. They have having him run now, like from the middle, pretty much after the Niner game. He's been moving more, right, to make sure they can win. So he's been showing up. Obviously not this game. Cowboys fans will probably want to freaking rip his head off along with McCarthy's and Jerry Jones is like, well, what are they asking about the exit interview? He's like, well, I'll have to weigh it. It's like, okay, obviously you're pissed, and who knows, right? If you can land someone else. The thing is, and then we'll talk about the coaching carousel later. So we'll see. As a Cowboys fan, that sucks. Green Bay, fuck yeah, we get a classic Niner Green Bay game. Hell yeah. And then obviously the talk's going to be, oh, Shanahan against one of his guys, LaFleur, the tree, blah, blah. It's like, okay. And Love did great, yada, yada. So, what you did? I mean, if you're a QBR guy, rating, all that shit, 99, 3 TDs, all that shit, dude. They ran more than throwing. This is great for he's not a rookie, but he's a newer quarterback, right? And he's finally starting all that shit. So, his first full season. So, I mean, 60-21. They had a good game, man. It was a really good, solid game. You can't ask for more. I mean, Aaron Jones, 21 carries. Dude, average 5.6. That just shows that the Cowboys could not stop the run. And the guy is averaging 5.6 a run. Just gashing them. And that's pretty much all the plays were. You just fucking run, and run. I'm sure you can watch the highlights. And a lot of those runs would be directed towards Michael Parsons and make that fucker work, right? So make him tired towards the end of the game. Yeah, that was a good game. Not if you're a Dallas fan. That game sucked. All right, we're gonna move on. Let's see here. Where we at time here? Let's see. What we got? Dang, we already been talking for a little bit, huh? All right. Well, the sun's starting to hit me now. Try. Oh yeah, how you like that? Got this thing moving around now, tracking me. Dang. I guess. Well, whatever. Fuck it. All right, moving on to the next one. So, Rams in Detroit versus Lions, right? That was. I don't know if this. I probably should bring his arm closer. Oh man, the thing's gonna break. All right. So, shit. Hold on. Oh Jesus. Not sponsored. All right. But sponsor me, please. Us. This guy, that guy. So, moving on. This is Rams in Detroit. This one. I don't know, man. If I'm a Lions fan, I don't know how I feel about this win. Like, it's great that they won. But in the end, I felt like they just held on. Watching this game. They just held on for dear life, hoping the time just be gone, dude. And there's some things I felt like maybe Sean McVay could have done. It would have been risky going on a couple fourth downs. And some of those fourth downs weren't just like short fourth downs either. So he was smart, opted for field goals, which, I mean, probably should do that again if you were to do it all over again, right? That'd be the smart thing to do. But I don't know. It felt like the Rams were kind of playing with house money, and they could have just. They had the momentum on their side. Obviously, as a Niner fan, I'm glad they didn't move on because they were fucking. That'd be tough for the Niners to face the Rams. That'd be Matthew Stafford probably would. It'd have to be kind of a shootout-esque game, I guess, because I think Stafford's faced our defense enough times, and he'd be able to do what Kirk Cousins did to our defense, right? Essentially. And I think he's a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins too, so unless we caught him on a bad day. So throw some picks, yada yada. Anyway, I felt like the momentum for it turned in the Rams' favor, right? After the half. And then as it got closer to the end of the game. And they didn't take as many risks as I thought they should have. But it makes sense. Play conservative, play smart, don't turn over. You still have time on the clock. Take points versus going for it. They had a couple of 4th and 5s and 4. I think there was a 4th and 2 in there. I felt like they could have gone after. But they could have stole this game. For sure. And they were progressively getting better and better throughout the year. And I felt like Cooper Kupp didn't. I think next year. I mean, the guy came back this year. He was still injured, even though he was on the field. At least there were reports of him being injured. Was he or was he not? I don't know. He didn't look like the Cooper Kupp at pass, right? So I think next year they're going to be a team to look out for. So McVay was able to reload. I don't know what Stafford's contract is. I think this was his last year. So they're going to renegotiate his contract. Is he retiring? I don't know. I don't even know what the rumors are. So I guess we'll see. Obviously, they're going to want to try to get him on discount. They're going to sell him on, like, well, you're old, this and that, blah, blah. Can't give you max money anymore. We'll get you, I don't know, some O-linemen, whatever. Maybe a better running back. It'd be cool if they can get Henry for cheap, right? Especially the Titans rebuilding. Then again, I don't know what his contract is, and they fucking maxed him out too, so that'd be an expensive running back. They'd have to hope if they traded him, they'd have to want the Titans to pay for the majority of that, right? Or if he's getting cut, or whatever. But with that being said, dude, the Lions held on. That's what this game was about towards the end. They just held on for dear life, and they fucking squeaked by. So if I were a Lions fan, I'd be like, I want to see dominance throughout the game. Or points. I just need points going up. You know, if you look at this, dude, like, Detroit gained 0 in the fourth quarter, and they got 3 points in the second half, dude. That's what I'm saying. The fucking Rams let them get away with this. So, I'm glad they got to break their long stretch of no playoff wins, right? But it came at like a cost of doubt. There is doubt that they'll move on, right, after this. It's more like you guys squeaked by, but hey, sometimes that's all it takes. You just need a little luck. Get your bearings. And maybe they'll whoop that ass next round, huh? So, also matchups matter too, so. With that being said, let's just run it down real quick. I mean, like I said, they can use a better running attack for LA. I mean, I hope they don't. That'd be nice to just keep same old, and keep McVay out of the playoffs and let the Niners run the show. But if I'm being objective, right? Dude, Stafford threw a lot in this game. He's a good quarterback. 25-36. They were behind in the beginning, so obviously I had to start throwing. Detroit. He had an answer for Detroit after the second half, dude. That's it. Like, after the first half, my bad. But they could have, kind of like how the Niners used Debo, they could have used Puka Nacua like that a little more often. They used to kind of do that with Cooper Kupp when he got his Triple Crown, right? But next year, they're definitely going to be a team to watch out for. They're on everybody's radar again. They'll be a good team next year. And they'll probably get a better record next year. They'll probably get at least one more win, dude. Minimum. They'll be 11-win team next year. I mean, obviously, if they keep Stafford and he stays healthy, right? they don't, then that goes out the window, and who knows what they get next year. And then Cooper Kupp will be healthy coming into the season and be able to have an off season. And Puka Nacua is going to be that much better, so he's going to draw attention. And Cooper Kupp's going to be able to get whatever he wants in the slot, right? So, but with we'll talk about how the Lions, they held on, right? Hey, you put up enough points, you win, you win. Luck or not, you still fucking won. And you broke your drought, right? And Goff got to be his old team, so there's a bunch of shit like that, right? I mean, Matthew Stafford still has the ring, though. But Goff's still alive, still has a chance to get the ring. Dude, that guy would be immortalized like Nick Foles in Philly if he were to win this year. I don't know, by some chance, some way, if Detroit was able to fucking win it all this year, Goff would be a fucking statue over there. And just like Nick Foles can probably go to Philly and get free anything. Go to the bar, go to fucking, I don't know, sandwich stand, whatever the fuck. The dude is immortalized over there, so that if Goff can pull that off, shit. Then you can look back at this win, no one would. They'd be talking about how they won. But they did squeak by, in my opinion. A little bit of luck, right? I mean, they made their own luck, right? They put enough points up on the board, and the Rams just couldn't catch them. So, and it was relatively balanced. I mean, Goff having 27, there's 22 carries. I mean, they ran they got some good yardage on it, so it's not. I think they just need to run a little bit even more, honestly. They should have ran more. It's going good for them. Fucking make Aaron Donald, they were fucking double teaming his ass, triple teaming his ass. If you're watching, like he had an effect on the game, right? Because he's drawing so much attention. But you didn't hear about him really all that often. Just because they kept him at bay. Kept him out of Goff's face for the most part. So, and then they were able to hang on. And what was the, oh, never mind. That was I think that was the Cowboys game. There was a tight end. No, it was Laporta. I think it was his TD, and they went for it, right? Fourth? Yeah. So, they went for it, fourth down. That's right. So that was just before the half, I believe. See, I need to write this stuff down. So then I'm not over here trying to think about it. So that's something to improve on. Yeah. So going forward, I don't know. Right now it feels like they got lucky. And they'll just get their one win and they'll be done. One and done. That's the feeling I got from the Lions, dude. Whereas if the Rams won, I don't know. They were like on a uphill trend, I guess you could say. Yeah. They're looking pretty good. All right, so that wraps up the 4 games that went on yesterday. With the Texans and Browns. Texans fucking surprising everybody. They'll probably be a 1 and done as well. Chiefs, Dolphins. People probably thought this was going to be a closer game. Chiefs come out with it. It was a close game the whole game. Chiefs just did Chiefs shit, right? Fucking Mahomes. God damn it. He's fucking good, man. And then Green Bay surprising everybody and kicking fucking Dallas' ass. That'll be dangerous for the Niners next week. We won't talk about this episode because there's still a game going on or about to start as we speak. Right? We got Pittsburgh and Buffalo about to start. 14 minutes. All right, we'll move on to the coaching carousel. So I'll be pretty brief with this because no one's hired anybody other than if you want to talk about GMs, I think the Commanders stole one of the Niners' freaking assistant GMs. Obviously, they used Bob Myers to go ahead and do that. Let's do very brief about the GM thing. They stole Peters from us, and they hired Bob Myers to help with the hiring, right? Because if you know who Bob Myers is, he helped the Warriors become a dynasty, yada yada. And then he left. This is his first season not being the GM of the Warriors. So he got his 4 rings. And I don't think he wanted to be part of a reload that the Warriors are trying to do. This is not an NBA episode, so I won't go into that. But the guy's smart. The guy knows what he's doing. He's done a lot. And they are friends, so it's not a big surprise. They brought him in. He had a great interview. And they hired him. So we'll see who they hire as a coach. What happens going forward. Obviously, they're going to interview everybody. And then people are going to start looking at ties, what Peters has ties to for coaching, right? And then hopefully the Niners don't get poached anymore. But, Wilkes is also up for moving on to coaches now. Wilkes is also in for interviews around the league again. So we'll see. He got the defense turned around, right? Started off rocky. And then, of course, when he comes down to the field, because if you don't follow Niner games, in the beginning of the season, Steve Wilkes, the defensive coordinator of the 49ers, used to be up top, right? But all the defensive coordinators before that, let's just say the past 2, right? Let's not go too crazy. So, Saleh, who's with the Jets now, used to be on the sideline. And then you had D'Amico Ryans, who's with the Texans now, was also on the sideline. And then Steve Wilkes, about in the middle of the season, went to, after the 3 straight losses. So after the last loss, the straight loss was what they had Browns. They lost to the Vikings, and then lost to the, who was it? God damn it. That one was pretty bad for Purdy, I remember. Dang it. Oh, man. Why do I remember? Let's see. 49ers. Oh, well, let's move this forward real quick. 49ers. Schedule. Let's see. Oh, man. Need to use the head. Alright, so Bengals. That's right. Alright. So after that, he came to the sideline and it kind of changed. It turned around. I think it was better because he was able to communicate a lot more, and then he's able to communicate throughout the game. He doesn't have to exactly be talking to not Dre Greenlaw, but Fred Warner, who's the quarterback for the defense, right? He's telling defense what plays are going to happen and all of that. So, with that being said, Jesus, I might have to leave you guys with dude. All right, I'll be right back. I'll just have to make an edit. Oh, Jesus. Let's see here. Oh, gotta pause that. Jeez. All right. So, we are back. Thanks for bearing with me. Some water now. Hold on. God damn. Alright. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Where were we? Wilkes? Is that what we're talking about? Dude, I just had to take a fat piss. Anyway, yeah, he's got some interviews set up. So we'll see what happens with him. He's probably going to be gone. I mean, he used to be a head coach. And then, obviously, with the Panthers firing yet another coach, that kind of just demonstrates, like, okay, Well, was it really Wilkes' fault, or is it just the culture over there of the owner just firing everybody, right? So that actually might give him some more water. That might give him the benefit of the doubt, right? That he's not a horrible coach. It's the fucking he didn't have a chance to turn that place around. So we'll see. Not sure what the Niners would do if he were to take off. But anyway, he's up for interviews. And then the two big fish in the whole thing is obviously Belichick and Harbaugh. So Jim Harbaugh, we talked about in our last episode, the guy won it all. So what's that mean? He's probably going to leave. The NCAA fucking on his ass and suspending him. He got suspended for 5 games. Dude, if I won it all, I did my job. Like, if I were him, I did my job. Made this motherfucker relevant again. I got these fuckers on my ass. Fuck it. I did what I set out to do. I'm fucking out of here. I'm done. Now I gotta go run the Super Bowl. And he's been there before, so he can do it. He can get there again. This guy is a fucking winner. So, he's one of the big fish, right? So he's going to be up for interviews everywhere. Obviously, there's ties to the Chargers, Raiders, and there's everybody, right? Everybody's going to want to interview him. If you don't interview him, you're fucking stupid, right? And I'm sure he's going to interview everywhere. And then Belichick, right? So I think these are the two guys. Yes, they're going to interview, right? But the thing is that they essentially it's the other way around. These guys have such a good reputation of what they bring and what they can do, is that it's more so. It's not that they won't get the job; they can get any job they want. That's what I think. So it's more a matter of who entices me more to be there, right? If I'm Belichick or Harbaugh, like who's going to give me exactly what I want? Do they already have the pieces? What's the salary cap space? The location, family, right? Is family willing to fucking obviously not to move, right? Any job you take, for the most part. I mean, unless Harbaugh went to Chicago, but that probably won't happen. Who's the GM of Chicago? I want to say it's like Trent Boltzke or something. Let's see here. Why do I want to say that? Why do I want to say that? Oh, never mind. Way off. It's with the Jags. Anyway. Yeah, he probably won't end up there. Even though it's close where he's at. So it just depends on their families and stuff like that. What they're willing to, put them through, right? And then Belichick. I mean, everyone's saying, well, he's going to stay on the East Coast, this and that. It's like, well, who knows? We'll see. Never know. Maybe that dude wants to come out here. I mean, obviously he's older. Shit, let's see if he even coaches, right? So, those are the two that I feel like they kind of they get to pick the team they go into. They're interviewing the teams, right? It goes both ways for them, and it's a matter of like, I don't know, this is not a good fit for me, or yeah, this would be a great fit. So we'll see. Quite a few teams being open right now. Shit, I don't know who's going to want to go to the Panthers with that dude firing everybody left and right. So that place is a mess. Makes you feel like you have to blow it up to rebuild again. And then the Commanders are creating a whole new culture. So, new ownership, new general manager, new coach. That place is not going to be what we think of it as, which is Snyder, right? He's gone. So, If I were the Eagles or the Cowboys, that's bad news. You wanted Dan Snyder to stay there. You wanted the dysfunction of the Commanders. Them having 3 different names. I don't know. If I was the new owner of the Commanders, I think I would change the name. I don't know. Commanders kind of... I don't know what I'd change it to, but I don't know. It kind of sucks. That's just me, though. Anyways, some kids out there and grow up with it and fucking love it, right? Commanders. And then with Pete Carroll getting fired out of nowhere, that was surprising. And Bill Belichick, I mean, I don't know. That one's kind of surprising too. Even though the season wasn't great and it was dysfunction, the offense looked like shit, and Mac Jones fucking regressed. I mean, people will say he probably regressed because of last year, because he didn't even have an offense coordinator. He did great great for a rookie under Josh McDaniels. So who knows? Let's say if McDaniels stayed that year instead of going to the Raiders, he'd fired too, because now he's never going to go for a head coaching job, right? No one's going to hire his ass. But he'll still be offense coordinator for Bill Belichick, so he's got him in his back pocket again, right? And they're both fucking on the market. So wherever, if Bill decides to go somewhere, he's probably going to take Josh McDaniels, and there'll be stability at offense coordinator. You don't have to worry about this guy getting poached, because people have seen him twice now become a head coach, and he's just not a head coach, dude. Let's just be real. And then who knows with the Raiders, right? What their plans are, if they're going to keep their guy. Was it Adrian Pearson? So that'd be interesting too. These are the Raiders. I'm not sure what their plan would be. Obviously, a hire coach, right? But that's a unique place in the sense that Mark Davis does give you everything you want, essentially, right? He gave everything to Gruden. He gave everything to Josh. And, I mean, those are just the... It's great that he trusts people, gives them the power to do what they need to do to win. It's just that he gave it to the wrong people. So, we'll see. If you're a Raiders fan, at least the owner's open. It'd be nice if they just had the classic, just, instead of Mark Davis having to make these decisions, just have a president and fucking run it like that. Pretty much like any other NFL team except for the Cowboys. And probably except for the Colts. That's another team that's ownership is very active, right? One thing that's great about the Niners now, right? Ownership used to have a lot of influence. And I feel like maybe they kind of learned a lesson. The team took a shit. Again, once ownership was involved again. They probably were, after DeBarlo, they were probably Spano-ish, But anyway, it's not about owners, it's about coaches. So, this wouldn't be great to have Andrew, if after his nail appointment, fucking keep this shit on track. So, with some great coaches out there, Harbaugh, Carroll, and Belichick. Those 3 right there, dude. And I'd even throw in the enemy, offensive coordinator of the Commanders. He has proven that he's not just a guy over in Kansas City under Andy Reid. I don't know if he can coach, but I feel like he's a possible candidate, right? Deserves a chance. So, I mean, if you look at the Chiefs this year, yes, Andy calls all the plays. But the enemy probably helped a lot with preparation, influence on what plays are going to be used that game in the first place. So, Andy has a heavy hand, right? Because when he first got to Commanders, they were talking about how he just yells at people. He's like kind of like an old school coach. That might have worked for KC, dude. Maybe they wouldn't be dropping, right? Someone fucking be on their ass. Not to say Andy is soft in any way either, but he's the head coach. He's got other shit to deal with too. So, that would be a good. The enemy might be a decent coach. Who knows? I feel like he'd fit with the Raiders, hard ass. But the Raiders wouldn't be able to give him the house, right? They have to be like a cheaper contract in the beginning, and then if he puts up some good product on the field, then 2 years, and you gotta give that guy a fat raise. So I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of stuff going on, and then side note, college football. The dude Nick Saban retiring. Damn. So it kind of makes you wish that you would have won it all, right? I'm sure Alabama fans wish that. That would have been nice. I'm sure he would love that, to go out on a win. But guy will be forever known as the greatest college coach of all time. That's a pretty good title. It's really good. To be greatest of all time at anything, dude. Not many people. So I think that wraps it up. Maybe I forgot about some stuff, some coaching guys, whatever. But all that news is kind of old anyway. This episode is more about the games. And we got a couple games playing today. I mean, there's one going on right now. I got the Steelers at Buffalo. So we'll see what happens to that. And then our other game today is going to be Eagles and the Buccaneers. So we'll do a quick pick 'em. I'm going to say Buffalo comes away with a close game. Let's just say they win by 1 touchdown. I don't know what the score will be. I don't know. 27-20. Depending on Mason Rudolph. He might pop off and surprise us all, dude. And all you need is Josh Allen to throw some picks, right? And try to do more than he should. We'll see. But sometimes he has to. So, we'll see. And then with the Eagles, I think today is about picking the favorites, dude. And, well, let's see if the Eagles are even favorites, right? They should be. They should be the favorites. They are the favorites. Not by much. Okay. But, dude, the Eagles just have more talent. Bucks a little beat up. They should just win this like a dirty, grimy game. That's what this one should be. Like 17-14. I don't know. Probably, if you're watching this on TV, 17-14 sounds pretty boring. It's going to be defense. Not that anyone as of late is thinking of Philly as a defensive team right now, because they have been struggling as of late. But with isn't Baker someone injured too, so that's going to play into the favor. Let's see. He's Mayfield ankle and ribs. So, dude, if the Eagles just hit this dude, land on his ribs, land on his ankle, push him a certain way, force him to get some spray and painkillers and push him back in the field, and he's going to be too slow to get away. And, yeah. If he was healthy, I'd say the Buccaneers have a chance. I mean, if they can just get in the receiving core, they can squeak one out. Never know. It could be the other way. 17-14 Bucks. Depending on how the Baker's feeling. But the Eagles are kind of built for a grimy game anyway, so they're due for one. So I know everyone's wanting to call for Sirianni's head, yada yada. Or Jalen. Jalen's a little beat up too, though. But he's got the O-line, so that favors him. And just give it a Swift. Let's see. Any injuries on Swift here? Let's take a look. Watch, he's like fucking out for the season. I'm fucking ignorant. Let's see. Swift. Eagles. Looking, reading. I know, silence is bad for a podcast. Oh my god, I'm talking. Fact. News on Swift. Let's see. 4 days ago, Swift illness practiced fully Thursday. It's good to go, man. I mean, obviously all these guys are beat up. Everyone is throughout the league. So, then the two most physical teams in the fucking league, Niners and Ravens, are on a bye. So the ones that they probably both get beat up, and the Ravens whoop that ass when they base the Niners. God damn it! But the two most physical teams in their conference, though. Yeah. Anyway, well, let's wrap it up with that. Let's see how long a show we did. Nothing too crazy. I'm sure it'll be better next time because Andrew will be on. Hopefully kept you guys entertained. I don't know. Maybe it was too monotone. Maybe I need to get crazy. Maybe fucking need more Celsius. You know, if they were sponsored me, like I'd be able to get packs and shit like that and drink them all the time throughout the episode. Instead, I got, there's still a little bit left. Nice and warm. Surprisingly, it's actually not bad when it's warm, which most energy drinks, you can't do that. I don't know, they consider themselves an energy drink. Essential energy. It's a drink, so it must be, right? Let's see what we got. Damn, we're over an hour. Let's fucking go. Alright. Thanks for joining This Guy, That Guy. I'm Stephen, and Andrew is Andrew. We'll see Andrew next time. Later.